Chapter 90, A New Mechanism. The Door of Puzzles. You are listening at novelfull.audio. It's boring. There's not a single strong confrontation. Sui touched his head and sighed, damn, they love their soldiers like their own sons. They do this every time, making our soldiers look like they're cheating. How can this be called the Doomsday War? With this intensity, it's not even as strong as the confrontation between the Red Army and the Blue Army. The Doomsday War was boring, so Sui could only focus on his own gathering place again. Xiaoci has made a new plan. It will take a few days to check the effect. It should be in time for the final ranking. Well, let's see how Lin Yu and the others are doing first. There are man-eating fungi everywhere outside. I don't know if they are going smoothly in the process of finding medical equipment. Sui took a deep breath, glanced at Wang Shi standing next to him, and then silently activated his skills to connect to Lin Yu's perspective. As soon as Sui connected the perspective, he heard dense gunfire. In Lin Yu's perspective, she was leading a team to protect two doctors, shooting at various dark green fungi around with guns. Guns are not a big threat to man-eating fungi, but rifles can still barely stop them from approaching. The whole street has now become a vast green sea, with countless parts of various man-eating fungi, including huge vines like tentacles and tiny man-eating fungi blocking the road like spider webs. From Lin Yu's perspective, the surrounding buildings are basically engulfed by man-eating fungi. The ground under the feet of the armed team is also thick with layers of dark green, and from time to time, the tentacles of man-eating fungi rise from under their feet and constantly attack the team. At this time, Xiaoci, a female doctor who was protected by the team in the middle, would gently raise her hands, sprinkle some powder on the ground, and disperse the surrounding man-eating fungi. Be careful of your feet. They are coming again, Lin Yu reminded in a deep voice. She had seen a large number of man-eating fungi tentacles appearing under the feet of some team members, and they were about to launch a surprise attack, but at this moment, a puff of transparent liquid sprayed on the tentacles of the man-eating fungus, and the tentacles seemed to be scalded by boiling water and quickly retracted to the ground. The air was filled with a smell similar to disinfectant. The effect is great. Chinchuran hurriedly praised, his handsome face full of flattering smiles. Dr. Zhao, you are so amazing. I dare not compare with Dr. Chen, these are just some small tricks. Xiaoci glanced at Chinchuran, and a faint mockery appeared in her beautiful eyes. When I think of Dr. Chen's glorious deeds, I still feel panic and scared. I dare not, it's all my colleagues who promote me. Chinchuran hurriedly bowed his head and waved his hand modestly. Xiaoci's pretty face sank. Chinchuran, you know I'm not talking about your career. Then what are you talking about? Chinchuran looked at Xiaoci confusedly. For me, besides career, is there anything else? Xiaoci's face was as gloomy as water, and she turned her head away, no longer looking at the man. She was afraid that she could not help herself and would kill this annoying guy on the spot. The members of the armed team looked at the two of them, feeling a little puzzled. They always felt that the two guys looked like enemies, but they could stand together, especially Dr. Chen, who flattered Xiaoci whenever he got the chance along the way. Like a dog, no, like a grandson who was collecting debts. It was as if Xiaoci owed him 18 million yuan and didn't pay it back, and he was so humble all the way that people felt a little pitiful. Lin Yu didn't care about the private affairs of the two doctors. She scanned the surroundings with her beautiful eyes, and she was very alert. There are too many man-eating mushrooms. The team didn't have many bullets, and it was estimated that the return trip might be a problem. The hospital is not far away, just ahead. Lin Yu suddenly whispered to remind the team members. Chinchuran looked up and saw the conspicuous slogan of the hospital in front. It is a municipal hospital, and it is very large, but under the large-scale coverage of man-eating fungi, the whole hospital looks green and a bit weird and scary. What are you waiting for? Let's go. Chinchuran was already a little impatient, and even took the initiative to walk to the front of the team. Hurry up, Dr. Zhao is missing the equipment in there, and the burden of saving the world is on her shoulders. Xiaoci frowned. Chinchuran, are you mocking me? Chinchuran hurriedly apologized with a smile. How dare I? I'm telling the truth. The boss is waiting for you to make a contribution. Hee hee. Xiaoci looked at him with a sneer and said nothing more. The team moved faster and soon arrived at the hospital gate. Along the way, they did not meet any survivors, and did not even hear screams or cries for help. It seemed that the whole world was left with only the endless man-eating mushrooms and their group of people. Wait, Lin Yu suddenly stopped. She looked at the dilapidated gate of the hospital and suddenly realized that something was wrong. Look, there seems to be something in there. Lin Yu pointed forward, and everyone looked into the distance. They saw that in the parking lot inside the hospital gate, in the green ground of the man-eating mushrooms, there seemed to be a ball of red flame rolling slowly. This ball of red was twisted like fire, as if it slowly emerged from the depths of the ground, shaped like a long gate, standing in the central area of the municipal hospital parking lot, exuding a strange and mysterious atmosphere. Is that a derivative of man-eating fungi? Lin Yu looked at everyone and his eyes fell on Xiaoci. Xiaoci shook her head. I don't know. Without experimental data, I can't make a judgment casually. Just when the team was in doubt, Sui also saw this fiery red long gate-shaped object through Lin Yu's perspective, and at the same time when Sui saw it, a prompt message suddenly appeared in front of Sui. The first round of Doomsday is over. The puzzle door has been opened. The puzzle doors will be randomly scattered in every corner of the earth. Once discovered by survivors, they can participate in it. Enter the world inside the puzzle door, solve the puzzle, and you can get rich rewards. Please note. The number of puzzle doors is rare and extremely precious. Don't miss it. Please note. Once the challenge of the puzzle door fails, the challenger will die immediately. All resurrection and recovery mechanisms cannot prevent this punishment. Puzzle door. Sui was stunned. There was a new mechanism again. Today is the first day of the second round of Doomsday. These new mechanisms come one after another, and it seems that they will not stop until they confuse the world's human beings. Sui looked at the long red gate in the parking lot of the city hospital again. This time he saw clear information on it. B-level puzzle door. Survivors can enter by themselves or send talent units to enter. Choose any of the 5 different types of puzzles. Once the puzzle is solved, you can get a B-level puzzle reward. Note, the puzzle door is rich in props for summoning talent units, materials for upgrading shelters, and props for upgrading talent units. So it's waiting here. Sui was shocked. He instantly understood the function of the puzzle door. Chapter 91 Damn. You can fly, bro. You are listening at novelfull.audio. As we all know, in the absence of special talent rewards, the vast majority of survivors lack the talent units and upgrade materials to upgrade their shelters. This directly resulted in the first round of Doomsday passing, but everyone's shelter level was still level 0. The vast majority of survivors have not successfully recruited talent units. Sui is purely an alternative, relying solely on his top initial talent to get rewards every day. However, Sui's case does not have a reference effect, and his situation cannot be used to analyze the entire Doomsday Game mechanism. Sui has long thought about this problem. Since the shelter has levels, there must be channels and methods for upgrading. Considering the various prerequisites for upgrading the shelter, talent units account for the largest proportion and are extremely important. So, how do others acquire talent? Or to be precise, in the entire Doomsday mechanism, what channels can stably obtain talent units? Now, the answer appears. Enter the puzzle door to obtain talent units and upgrade materials. This is the only stable channel for the survivors of the Doomsday Game, and the prompt message emphasizes that the number of puzzle doors is rare, which must mean that the puzzle doors have great value for competition. The introduction of the puzzle door itself has shown that there is a high degree of danger inside it. This means that if humans want to survive, they must fight each other for the puzzle door, fighting for a new thing that may lead to their death. Is this the bad taste of mysterious existence? Sui murmured. Watch us desperately fighting for a puzzle door that will kill us. This thing should be something like a high-risk, high-reward copy. This is another conspiracy of a mysterious existence. Even though Su Yiming knew that the puzzle door was dangerous, he still took the initiative to communicate with Lin Yu, informed her of the situation, and asked her to send someone to get closer and contact her. Sui simply can't ignore this thing. The rewards within the puzzle door are destined to threaten Su Yi's current lead. If you don't want to be threatened, then get involved and continue to expand your advantages. If you don't let yourself fall behind, you won't be beaten. If you don't want to fall behind, you must take risks. Yes, Chief. Lin Yu responded in a deep voice and quickly ordered, Li Chang. Song Shu. Take a look. Two warriors stepped out and quickly approached the puzzle door in left and right battle formations. Qin Shuren looked at Lin Yu curiously. You don't have any communication tools with you. How did you communicate with the chief? Lin Yu did not answer the question. She watched the movements of the two soldiers nervously, when the two warriors slowly and tentatively approached the puzzle door. Sudden. The puzzle door that was originally burning like a flame suddenly glowed, as if it received some kind of signal, and instantly formed a complete red door. This door is tall, with all kinds of strange patterns embroidered on the door frame, and inside the door are ripples like lava. It obviously looks extremely hot, but people can't feel the slightest heat. Instead, it has a slight coolness, and there is a dark wind blowing out from inside. The two warriors stood near the puzzle door, and even the surrounding man-eating fungi did not actively attack them. It seems that there is a certain safety range around this door, and it will not be actively attacked by doomsday creatures. At the moment when the two warriors approached the door of the puzzle, Su Yi also saw a new prompt information appearing in front of his eyes. Your talent unit has detected a new puzzle door. Excuse me, do you want to select a suitable talent unit to explore it? The explorer must be yourself or a talented unit under your command, and must be close to the puzzle door and in a non-combat state. The simple prompt content did not mention any more useful intelligence information. Su Yi squinted his eyes slightly. He was silent for a moment, then suddenly cut off the connection and raised his head to look at Wang Shi. Do you know about the puzzle door? Have no idea. Wang Shi opened his eyes and shook his head. I've never heard of it, but from the name, it seems like we need to solve a riddle. So are you good at solving puzzles? Sir, I have a level 3 combat brain aid. Wang Shi pointed to his head and spoke calmly. Although I am not an intelligence research type, judging from the current standards of world technology, culture and thought, I can answer most of the puzzles in this world, except for unsolvable puzzles. This is easy to handle. Su Yi breathed a sigh of relief and smiled. He has the almost almighty future warrior Wang Shi. Wang Shi is an S-level talent, and the puzzle door in front of him is a B-level talent. No matter what things and dangers there are in this puzzle, judging from the level alone, your B-level puzzle door can't kill my S-level talents, right? The Doomsday Game mechanism also has a certain underlying logic that can be followed. The grade and grade of talents is one of the measurement standards. Go and find Lin Yu. Su Yi nodded and gave Wang Shi a task. They are in the municipal hospital, and there is a puzzle door there. Fight to resolve it and bring new resources to the gathering place. Yes. Wang Shi saluted, turned around and left the room neatly. He never speaks unnecessary words, and when given an order, he carries it out. Wang Shi quickly left the shelter. Even if he slowed down, Su Yi couldn't see clearly the speed of his movement. As early as Jiang Xiaoci's information exchange, Wang Shi had already mastered most of the population, talent and intelligence data in the gathering area, and he has an ancient city map in his mind and can easily locate Lin Yu's location. Almost within a minute after Su Yi gave the order, Wang Shi's figure appeared quietly behind Lin Yu. Head guard Wang Shi, come and report. Wang Shi spoke calmly, startling everyone who had been carefully observing the puzzle door. Don't be nervous, we are one of our own. Lin Yu turned around and put down her gun again. She glanced at the puzzle door in the parking lot and then at Wang Shi. The chief asked you to solve it? Yes. Wang Shi glanced at the crowd, nodded and said, you continue to perform the original mission, leave this to me. Say it. He made no unnecessary exchanges and walked silently towards the door of the puzzle. No one saw him make any moves. He just stood in front of the puzzle door for a moment, and then took the initiative to step in, his figure blending into the red magma ripples. Hiss. Chinchurin took a breath and couldn't help but rub his arm. What a fierce man. He doesn't talk much, but he just went in. Didn't he ask for directions? This is a real man, go forward bravely. Without fear. Xiaoci suddenly spoke and highly praised Wang Shi. Chinchuran glanced at Xiaoci with resentment, but the female doctor didn't even look at him and walked straight to the hospital building. Team Lin, let's continue the mission. Xiaoci reminded as she walked, the team doesn't have enough bullets, but as long as we find enough raw materials and equipment, we can use medicine to drive away the human-eating bacteria on our way back. Lin Yu nodded, looked back at the puzzle door 3 times a step, and led the team into the hospital building. Inside the building, there was chaos and mess, and human-eating fungi were everywhere. The team members were divided into groups, and according to Xiaoci's requirements and the hospital's regular route guidelines, they searched for key areas such as pharmacies, cold storage, research rooms, and equipment rooms. The things Xiaoci wanted were miscellaneous, but fortunately they were not large-scale equipment, nor were they conventional medicinal materials that would be taken away by other survivors. Although these things are a bit troublesome to find, at least you can take them all away. What made Lin Yu feel most relaxed was that there was no trace of human activity in the hospital, only man-eating bacteria constantly harassing the team. No outsiders are snatching supplies, which is good news. However, judging from the difficulty of the human-eating bacteria, most ordinary survivors are now unable to protect themselves. They may not be absolutely safe in the shelter, and they dare to go out anywhere. Hey, man. In the operating room on the 7th floor, while Chinchuran was rummaging for the medical materials and equipment he wanted, he asked the soldier next to him who was assisting him, "Do you know the man named Wang?" "Wang Shi. I don't know him." The warrior shook his head, his eyes vigilantly searching for dangers around him, and from time to time he would draw his knife to chop off the tentacles of the man-eating fungus that were attacking from the wall. "Then do you think he is very masculine?" Chinchuran paused and then asked, "Do you think he is a real man?" "Probably so." The soldier answered absent-mindedly. Obviously his attention was not on the communication. A guard who can serve as the leader must be very capable. "Very capable." Chinchuran curled his lips disdainfully, raised his eyebrows and smiled. "I think that soldier is just a stupid guy who only knows how to fight. When it comes to ability, he may not be as good as me." I'm not saying that being a soldier is not good. Do you understand what I mean?" Chinchuran pointed at himself and said meaningfully, "Do you know why the chief asked Captain Lin to personally protect me and Miss Xiao?" The soldier shook his head. "I don't know. Of course it's because of our status. We are doctors, the only doctors in the whole gathering place. It's up to Miss Xiao and me to solve the problem of human-eating bacteria." Chinchuran raised his head with a very proud expression. "Can that stupid guy do it?" "He certainly can't. Only Miss Xiao and I can accomplish this feat. Let me tell you, he is not a real man. A real man must be wise and courageous. He seems to be only brave and completely devoid of wisdom." "Is that thing called the puzzle door?" Chinchuran walked to the window, pointed to the red door of the parking lot under the window, and curled his lips. "The boss should have sent me there. The door of puzzles. This requires using your brain. What do you want Wang Shi to do? If he dies inside, the boss will be short of a guard." Chinchuran complained, seeming to have some opinions on Wang Shi, a bit of male hostility. Brother, what are you looking at? Please respect me, I'm chatting with you." Chinchuran noticed that the soldier was also looking out the window and ignored him. He was a little unhappy. "Everywhere you look, there is a green vegetable field. Do you want to eat it? Then I will go back and study the recipe for man-eating fungi. Can you follow me? Let me tell you, do you think what I just said is right?" "What did you just say? Is Wang Shi going to die?" The soldier looked back at Chinchuran and pointed out the window, "But he has already come out." "Wang Shi, He's out." Chinchuran lay on the window, casually sprinkled a piece of powder to drive away the annoying man-eating bacteria, and stared in the direction of the parking lot with wide eyes. Sure enough, the big guy had already walked out of the door and was standing in front of the red door. How long has it been since then, and he's coming out now? Wang Shi seemed to notice Chinchuran's sight, raised his head and looked in the direction of the hospital building, and stared at Chinchuran from a distance. "He didn't die in the puzzle door." Chinchuran pouted and muttered, it's really a blind cat meeting a dead mouse. He doesn't look like a smart person who can solve puzzles. It's not entirely a puzzle, there is also combat content. Wang Shi's voice appeared in front of Chinchuran and answered his mumbling calmly. Fighting, no wonder, soldiers are good at fighting, ah. Fuck. Fuck. Chinchuran suddenly reacted, he stepped back several steps in horror, staring out the window with wide eyes in disbelief. You. Chinchuran's voice trembled, he raised his hand and pointed at Wang Shi outside the window, his fingertips trembling violently. You can fly. How the hell can you fly? Chapter 92 Decryption. What code? Let's get started. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chinchuran was almost completely stunned, he couldn't believe that Wang Shi, such a big living person, could float outside. Is this strange? Wang Shi glanced at Chinchuran in the window, and a stiff friendly smile appeared on his face. I am not the same as you. If you want to fly, I can help you transform in the future if conditions permit. Transform. Chinchuran's expression suddenly changed, and he waved his hands quickly. No, I don't need it. I feel fine now. As a doctor, he is sensitive to words like transformation, and doesn't like it very much. So, have you completed your mission? Wang Shi nodded and asked again, do you need my help? I think. No, there is no one else here, and the mission is not too difficult. Chinchuran shook his head and refused, and Wang Shi nodded, okay. After that, he turned and left. This time Chinchuran saw clearly that this buddy really flew in the sky without any external force. Chinchuran stared at his legs and didn't find anything related to jet and flame. Wang Shi was like a Superman born to fly, which made Chinchuran feel incredible and completely incomprehensible. Dr. Chen, why don't you let Wang Shi stay? The soldier next to him looked at Chinchuran and asked in confusion. With his help, our mission can be completed more smoothly. Are you so unconfident? Chinchuran looked at the soldier and asked back, do you have to rely on others to complete your mission? Could it be that both of us are useless? The soldier was silent, and no soldier could accept this point of view. For this simple mission, we don't need Wang Shi to stay. Chinchuran smiled faintly, but muttered in his heart, if this guy stays, I don't know how Siki will praise him. In the gathering place, Wang Shi quickly returned to Su Yi's side, and the speed shocked Su Yi. He was still watching Lin Yu's perspective when he heard Wang Shi's voice in his ear. Sir, the mission has been completed. So fast? Su Yi disconnected and looked at Wang Shi in front of him in disbelief. Why didn't he receive the prompt message? The puzzle gate failed? No, it succeeded. Wang Shi flipped his hands and took out a small bag full of things like a magic trick. He placed it in front of Su Yi. This is the reward for clearing the puzzle gate, and the combat record video footage. Please check it out, sir. After Wang Shi put the things down, he stood silently back to the wall, closing his eyes like a sculpture. Su Yi's eyes fell on the items, and a prompt message appeared in front of him. Congratulations. Your talent unit Wang Shi successfully cleared the B-level puzzle gate. All clearance rewards have been taken away by Wang Shi, please take them back. These two prompt messages made Su Yi feel a little strange. Not notifying in time. Is this the special feature of the puzzle gate? Or is this the only door so special? Su Yi murmured, if the puzzle gate is like this, then there is much more room for operation here. Not notifying the clearance information of the puzzle gate in time, and letting the talent unit bring back the rewards themselves, if this mechanism is known by someone with ulterior motives, it is inevitable that someone will guard the door of the puzzle, not decrypting, but sniping the talent units that have returned after decryption, killing people and stealing treasures. It seems that the mysterious existence is really trying every means to make humans enter the stage of killing each other. Su Yi sighed, and carefully checked the spoils brought back by Wang Shi. Su Yi took out the things in the bag one by one. Every time he took out an item, the corresponding item information would appear in front of Su Yi. 1,000 units of electronic components, one of the materials for upgrading the shelter, 500 units of electronic components, one of the materials for upgrading the shelter. 200 units of electronic components, one of the materials for upgrading the shelter. B-level talent unit recruitment ticket, must successfully recruit a B-level talent. B-level talent unit upgrade ticket, must be able to upgrade a talent below B-level to B-level. B-level talent unit upgrade ticket, must be able to upgrade a talent below B-level to B-level. Although there are only 6 items in total, it is enough to surprise Sui. 3 types of rewards, all got. The rewards of the puzzle gate are indeed rare, and the rewards are indeed rich. Sui looked at the bag again, and there was a small card in it, like a USB flash drive. Before Sui asked, Wang Shi opened his eyes and introduced, "Sir, I detected that the information transmission means in the current world are relatively low level, so I stored the battle screen here. You can view it by using any relevant electronic device in the current era." Wang Shi said. His eyes fell on Sui's computer. "Okay." Sui nodded and inserted the USB flash drive into the computer. He was also very curious about what was going on in the puzzle gate and why Wang Shi came out so quickly. The things in the USB flash drive were stored as video files. After Sui opened it, he watched the entire puzzle gate decryption process from Wang Shi's perspective, just like watching a movie. No, this is not even just Wang Shi's first-person perspective. Thanks to Wang Shi's full-view combat module, Sui can clearly see the entire puzzle gate. After Wang Shi entered the puzzle gate, he entered a special space. There was a wide flame platform under his feet, and there was a dark void above his head and around him. Not long after Wang Shi stood on the platform, a puzzle information prompt appeared in front of him. Under normal circumstances, Sui could not see the content of this information through the recording screen. These contents were all added by Wang Shi's battle record module after post-processing. There is no need to mention the content of the prompt information. It just shows the puzzles that Wang Shi needs to solve and the corresponding rule information. The entire puzzle gate is like a level. Wang Shi has experienced a total of 6 puzzle contents. These 6 puzzles are all problem-solving, with all kinds of strange problems, such as math problems, English problems, cosmic phenomena, academic fields, etc. These puzzle contents are not abnormally difficult, and they are all within the knowledge of the Earth's human beings, but Wang Shi is a warrior, and his module does not record relevant knowledge content, so it is obvious that Wang Shi only answered 1 question correctly, and failed the other 5 questions. If the puzzle fails, there will be a penalty, and a special copy of the cosmic warlike creature will randomly descend to besiege the answer. If you survive, it will still be considered a successful answer and you can get a reward. When Wang Shi failed to answer the question for the first time and easily solved hundreds of small dinosaur-type monsters, he simply stopped answering questions. Why use your brain to solve a problem that can be solved with fists? Answer all randomly and get started. The S-level future warriors almost perfectly demonstrated their super single-soldier combat capabilities here, such as shoulder gun cluster bombing, electromagnetic pulse laser, human magnetic field controller. The super future weapons took turns to fight, and the picture was comparable to the top science fiction special effects blockbusters. A group of cosmic creatures with ferocious faces and tall bodies were no match at all. Wang Shi was just crushing them unilaterally. After a lot of killing, he walked out of the puzzle door with rewards. The whole battle process was very brief. Even with the text introduction and explanation added by Wang Shi later, it only lasted 5 or 6 minutes in total. Is that all? That when the entire battle scene ended, Sui smacked his lips with satisfaction. This is the power of an S-class warrior. This firepower is basically equivalent to that of a battalion, right? No, conventional military teams are no match for Wang Shi. His combat weapons are simply too advanced. Sui turned his head to look at Wang Shi and suddenly asked, "Squad leader Wang, how difficult do you think the puzzle door just now is?" "About half the difficulty of my daily training." Wang Shi opened his eyes and answered honestly, "This means that it is very simple." Sui smiled happily. Then Squad leader Wang, are you interested in finding a few more puzzle doors in the city? Chapter 93 Recruiting New Talents. Unscrupulous Trainers. You are listening at novelfull.audio. No problem, I'll go right away. Wang Shi nodded, turned around and left the room neatly. Why? This guy. Just leave. Su-yi looked at Wang Shi walking away with a satisfied smile. He is such a motivated uncle, he is so efficient in doing things. Wang Shi. Su-yi opened the communication device that Wang Shi had left earlier and contacted him remotely. Don't enter the S-level puzzle door. Make sure the difficulty of the puzzle door is within your tolerance. I understand, sir. Wang Shi's calm voice came from the communicator. I am your strongest single soldier at this stage, and I will not let myself die casually. Simply. This old man actually knows better than anyone else, but he doesn't like to talk much. Now let me think about it. Xiaoci is formulating a large-scale resource collection plan. Lin Yu and Chen Qiren are leading the team to conquer the potion of man-eating fungi, and Wang Shi is sent out to find and conquer the puzzle door. Su-yi thought about it in his mind for a while, and the feeling of sufficiency in his heart became stronger and stronger. Is this what it feels like to be the boss behind the scenes? It's really a bit refreshing, that everyone was working hard, leaving Su-yi to stay at home and enjoy it. No, I can't neglect it. Use these 6 things first. Su-yi's eyes fell on the reward items in the puzzle door. It was obvious that the B-level puzzle door had 6 puzzle levels, and you could get a reward every time you cleared the level. There are 2 B-level talent upgrade coupons, and Su-yi actually wants to use them for Lin Yu and Leah, but considering that Wang Shi is still searching for the puzzle door outside, he has a high probability of conquering the A-level puzzle door based on his strength. If A-level talent upgrade coupons are obtained by then, it won't be too late to use them for Lin Yu and Leah. Although the initial grades of these 2 talents are not high, they are the first batch of Su-yi's talents, and their potential is not bad. Their loyalty is guaranteed, and Su-yi can use them easily. After comprehensive consideration, even if Lin Yu and Leah are of average rank among the talent pool at the current gathering place, Su-yi is still willing to focus on cultivating them. The key to being a leader is to cultivate talents. This is the fun. Su-yi put away the 2 talent upgrade coupons and picked up the B-level talent recruitment coupon. Let's find a B-level talent first and see what type they are. Judging from the current situation in the gathering place, I am not lacking in all types of talents. I basically have them all. There is nothing else to ask for this time. Any B-level talent who comes here can be regarded as replenishing the talent pool in the gathering place. Su-yi hummed a little tune and used the recruitment coupon casually. A golden light appeared in front of him, and a new prompt message also appeared. Congratulations. Successfully recruited B-level superpower Lu Nianxin. Ah. Su-yi was suddenly shocked. Superpowers. No, even this thing. According to Wang Shi's analysis, doesn't the talent unit follow the replica template of human time and space on each Earth? Is it possible that in a certain node on the Earth's plane, an era of mastering superpowers appeared? When Su-yi was surprised, the golden light had condensed into a human form, and a young man appeared in front of Su-yi. He is the superpower Lu Nianxin. He is about 30 years old, with a pale face, deep eyes full of wisdom, short black and thick hair, and a mysterious and indescribable aura about him. Lu Nianxin was only wearing simple sportswear. He had a slender and well-proportioned figure. At first glance, he looked similar to the uncle next door, but his eyes were exceptionally bright and had a special appeal. Huh. This is... Lu Nianxin looked around, his eyes fell on Su-yi, and he greeted with a bright smile, "Boss." "Hello, my name is Lu Nianxin, a B-level superpower from the Great Qin National Alliance, psychic type. Boss, it's our first time meeting you, but I came empty-handed. I'm a little embarrassed." Lu Nianxin scratched his head. He looked very familiar, a bit like Chen Qiren. At first glance, he looked like a cheerful uncle. "It's okay, I don't need a gift." Su-yi shook his head. He was still sizing up Lu Nianxin, but Lu Nianxin was still thinking about the gift. How can that happen? "I just paid homage to the mountain, so I must express it. Otherwise, boss, do you have something you like? Woman? I'll do it." "Do it?" Su-yi was suddenly shocked. "Are you a fucking Tauren maniac?" Lu Nianxin also realized that she had said the wrong thing, and quickly lowered her voice and explained, boss, I can hypnotize you, and I will keep your goddess, Bai Yueguang, etc., so devoted to you that she won't be able to get away even if I kick her. A rich man came to me to place an order before and bought the top-notch, high-end customized plan for full breeding of female dogs. He gave it full praise. What is this? This doesn't sound like a good word. Su Yi looked at Lu Nianxin, who was full of pride. He couldn't help but swallowed his saliva and asked softly, "Brother, what did you do before? What kind of job do you do?" "Ah, it's just a small industry, a small circle, not worth mentioning." "I'm curious, can you tell me?" "The boss wants to know." "Of course he can tell." Lu Nianxin waved her hand and smiled brightly. "My profession is called the best lover trainer. I specialize in training perfect lovers for clients in need." Best lover? A trainer? Gulu. Su Yi suddenly realized that this guy was born into a gangster. Lu Nianxin looked kind, but Su Yi guessed that he and Chinchuran were on the same path, and neither of them were good people. Su Yi quickly opened Lu Nianxin's profile and took a look. He immediately understood why this guy did this. Name, Lu Nianxin. Age, 30. Type, Psychic, Talent Grade, B-Level, Physical Strength, 100. Nerve Reaction, 180. Endurance, 150. Mental Will, 280. Self-Healing Immunity, 160. Talent Characteristics, Mind Whisper. He can communicate with a single target without being noticed, inducing or influencing the other party's thinking and decision-making. The effect on those with stronger willpower will be weakened. Emotional resonance. He can sense and slightly affect the emotional state of people around him, promote a harmonious atmosphere, or create chaos when necessary. Friendly eyes. His gaze can reduce the hostility of any creature. The target that he stares at for too long can be friendly to him or the object he is friendly to. Talent. Mind shackles. He can temporarily control the thoughts and actions of a single target, but the control time does not exceed 1 minute each time, and it takes 3 hours to use it again after use. The effect is greatly weakened or ineffective for targets with stronger willpower than itself. Optimistic soothing. Within a radius of 50 meters, it can emit soothing mental fluctuations, reduce the hostility and tension of the surrounding people, and greatly weaken their mental defenses. Desire teasing. He can awaken a certain desire of a single target through his eyes, but it can only be the type of desire that humans have. Value rating, 1820. No wonder he is in this line of work. He is really born to do bad things. Su Yi murmured, but he also realized the power of Lu Nianxin's ability. If used properly, this guy can be fully qualified as a psychologist in the gathering place, and can even soothe the collective mind and arrange and deepen everyone's loyalty to Su Yi. Yes. Su Yi's first reaction to Lu Nianxin's personality label is, self-propelled humanoid group loyalty increaser. With this buddy, the stability coefficient of people in the gathering place will be greatly increased. Chapter 94. Bad News. A psychic from the most developed area of anorectal medicine. You are listening at novelfull.audio. It's a good ability, but don't use it randomly here. Su Yi took a deep breath, closed the talent data interface, and reminded Lu Nianxin earnestly, "You are the first superpower in our gathering place. Your ability is indeed very special. No one should be able to guard against you. But this is not your capital to use your abilities casually. You must abide by the rules of the gathering place and cannot abuse your abilities to infringe on the rights of others." "Boss, I understand. Don't worry." Lu Nianxin looked over at me with an I know everything look, and patted her chest and assured, "You must be afraid that I will form a clique, right? Don't worry, I am absolutely loyal to you, and I will never use my ability to cause trouble." "No, it's not a clique." Su Yi shook his head and said hesitantly, "I'm afraid you'll train a bitch randomly." There were many young girls in the gathering place, many of them beautiful, combined with this guy's previous work experience, who knew that one day he would lose control and just do some shady things. What's the point? As long as the boss doesn't speak, I will definitely not use this ability. Lu Nianxin curled her lips, her face full of indifference, but Su Yi is still a little worried. This guy is a talent and must be very useful, but he also has hidden dangers. if a harem opens up in the gathering place, who can prevent it? Just when Sui was worried, the door was suddenly pushed open and Jiang Xiaoci walked in. She glanced at Lun Yanxin in the room curiously, but she was not surprised. New partners would always appear in her husband's room from time to time. Gentlemen. Jiang Xiaoci stood aside and reported respectfully, the new resource plan has been completed, and Lin Yu has returned with Qinchuren and the others. I plan to let Lin Yu lead the team to implement a new resource collection plan. Qinchuren said that the experiment can be started, but the scientific research room is needed. He feels that Li Ye may not agree, so he hopes that you will come forward in person. Well, I understand. Sui did not look at Jiang Xiaoci, but looked at Lun Yanxin with vigilance, but Lun Yanxin didn't look at Jiang Xiaoci at all. He just glanced at it lightly, and then continued to look at the furnishings of Suyi's room with great interest. It seemed that in his eyes, Suyi's bedroom, which was full of science fiction temperament, interested him more. Are you just pretending? Or are you immune to beautiful women? Sui was thinking in his mind. He noticed that the look in Lun Yanxin's eyes at Jiang Xiaoci just now seemed to have a flash of disgust, and he didn't know if it was because he was dazzled. I will tell Li Ye personally that the research on human-eating fungi is very important. Don't worry about Qinchuren. Sui spoke to Jiang Xiaoci, and he did not forget to deal with business matters. Before Jiang Xiaoci could nod, he heard Qinchuren's careless voice coming from outside the door. What did I just say? The boss will definitely come forward. Dr. Zhao, you really can't believe the relationship between me and my boss. I've emphasized it a long time ago. What is the bond between me and the boss? It's like an ancient monarch, a saint and a good minister. Whatever I say, the boss will definitely accept it. Qinchuren boasted as he walked into the house. Behind him was an impatient Xiaoci, who kept a distance from him at all times. If the boss hadn't ordered the two of them to join forces to research the anti-human eating fungus, she really wouldn't want to have contact with this man. The two doctors walked into the room and happened to see the newcomer standing in the room, Lun Yanxin. Xiaoci looked at Lun Yanxin with great interest, but saw that the young uncle did not pay attention to her at all. Ever since Qinchuren entered the room with a loud voice, Lun Yanxin couldn't help but look at him. A pair of bright eyes fell on Qinchuren, unable to pull them out. Huh. New employee. Qinchuren noticed Lun Yanxin's gaze, nodded and smiled. Hello, Qinchuren, the chief doctor of the gathering place. If you feel uncomfortable in the future, come to me and I will give you free treatment. Okay, this is the first time we meet. My name is Lun Yanxin. Lun Yanxin was a little nervous, and even took 2 steps forward, reaching out to shake Qinchuren's big hand enthusiastically. Dr. Chen, right? He is such a talented person, so handsome. Ha ha ha, I love hearing this. Qinchuren was delighted. He didn't expect this new guy to be quite sensible and know how to flatter him, it's just that he seems a little too enthusiastic. Why won't he let go of my hand? Sui on the side seemed to see something. He looked at Lun Yanxin and Qinchuren up and down, and suddenly asked, Lun Yanxin, where are you from? Ah, boss, as I just said, they are from the Great Qin National Alliance. No, I'm asking about the specific city area location. Sui pointed to the country map on the wall and asked, where is your hometown? This map was posted by Jiang Xiaoci. She usually saw it most, but Sui didn't use it much. Here it is. Lun Yanxin pointed to the direction of the Sichuan area on the map, the southwest area of the country. Sui took a look, his expression suddenly changed drastically, and the corner of his mouth twitched. Rongcheng, no wonder. Sui murmured, but Lun Yanxin was a little curious, is this called Rongcheng? Boss, why is it no wonder? Are the people here not so popular? That's not true. Sui glanced at Qinchuren and reminded meaningfully, it's just that the anorectal medical field in Chengdu is quite developed. Anorectal department? Qinchuren was stunned. He looked down at Lun Yanxin's hand that was still unwilling to let go, and immediately shook it off in shock. He understood Suyi's reminder. This newcomer is not interested in women, he likes men. Ah, Dr. Chen, what's wrong with you? Lu Nianxin was startled and asked hurriedly, but Chen Churan had already stepped back and said seriously, Mr. Lu, men should not touch each other, I hope you respect yourself. I didn't do anything. Lu Nianxin lowered her head a little aggrieved, with a strange light in her eyes. Chen Churan's expression eased slightly, and he felt a little guilty. He couldn't help but whispered, oh. I was just joking, don't mind it. Dr. Chen is really humorous. Then, as an old senior, can you take me to see the gathering place? Lu Nianxin raised his head, smiled brightly, and looked at Chen Churan. I'm not familiar with this place yet. I want to integrate as soon as possible so that I can help the boss. Of course, no problem, leave it to me. Chen Churan patted his chest, full of righteousness, without any of the guard and alienation just now. He even took the initiative to walk towards Lu Nianxin, stood beside him, and enthusiastically introduced the people in the room to him. Look, this is Miss Jiang Xiaoci, our boss's personal secretary, the think tank of the gathering place, the actual manager, probably means vice president, and is suspected to be the boss's current girlfriend. This is Dr. Xiaoci, a super beautiful woman, who likes to use poison the most and is very knowledgeable about pharmaceuticals. This is Captain Lin Yu. She just came and was busy dealing with military affairs before. She is the top leader of the army in our gathering place. Grand Marshal, very powerful. Lin Yu, who had just entered the door, heard the words and couldn't help but waved his hands modestly, flattered, No, I'm not a marshal, I'm just temporarily managing the army. Hello everyone. Every time Chen Churan introduced someone, Lu Nianxin smiled and nodded, but his eyes never left Chen Churan. It's over. Stop it. Sui covered his forehead. He was no longer worried about the girls in the gathering place. He began to worry about the men in the gathering place, including himself. This is a psychic with desire and goodwill. Which man can protect his ass? Xiaoci. Sui suddenly spoke, and Jiang Xiaoci looked over with some confusion. Sir, your order. Don't be busy too long at night in the future, come back and sleep early. Sui paused, and said earnestly, I'm afraid of the dark, I can't live without you. Sir. Jiang Xiaoci's pretty face blushed. She didn't expect Sui to emphasize this matter in front of so many people, but she still nodded gently and obediently, yes, sir. Chapter 95 Level 2 Gathering Place. Another National Special Award. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Among the crowd, only Xiaoci looked at Chen Churan with some confusion. She knew this man, how could he be so polite and gentle to a man? Something weird. Xiaoci looked Lu Nianxin up and down, but he didn't look at her at all. Old Chen. Sui touched his chin and reminded, didn't you get the medical equipment back? Xiaoci, take the 2 doctors to the scientific research room. I will upgrade the shelter later. Then I will expand the Scientific Research Institute and it will be enough for 3 people to do research together. Sui looked at Jiang Xiaoci, who nodded, I'll inform Liya right away. With Sui speaking in person, it would be impossible for Liya to monopolize the scientific research room. Boss. Chen Churan looked at Sui with a smile, and pointed to Lu Nianxin, when new talents come to the gathering place, I will show them around first. I am not as proficient as Miss Xiao in researching potions, so let her take charge of the research work. Go if you are told, what nonsense. Sui frowned and scolded, this gentleman hasn't noticed anything is wrong yet. Chen Churan is still frowning and trying to win over, but, then I will introduce Mr. Lu to the gathering place first, and then do research. Chen Churan. Xiaoci looked at Chen Churan with cold eyes, and her tone was suddenly cold, you don't even listen to the boss. Your wings have really become stiff. Do you want to leave your job and go solo? Resign. Resignation is death. This girl Xiaoci will definitely do it. Chen Churan's expression changed and he quickly lowered his head, I'm going to the scientific research room, and I'm going now. After saying that, he reluctantly said hello to Lu Nianxin, exchanged contact information, handed over the room number, and then left the room with 3 steps. You guys should go too, it's important to do business. Sui took a deep breath, waved away the crowd, and his eyes fell on Lun Yanxin. Dude, you didn't use your powers on me, did you? Sui suddenly broke the silence. Lun Yanxin was stunned and scratched his head in embarrassment. Boss, how dare I do this to you? This is a taboo in our superpower circle. If word gets out about using superpowers against the boss, who would dare to use me? Sui nodded. He really didn't feel the obvious affection and emotional changes towards Lun Yanxin in his heart. Then you just used your superpower on Qinqiuren. Lun Yanxin remained silent. Sui covered his forehead and took a deep breath. Brother, I don't care about your private life. You can use normal means, but you can't use your powers so randomly. Boss, you just said you won't train female dogs, you didn't say you can't train male dogs. Lun Yanxin's expression was quite innocent, but Sui was already a little broken. What's a male? That's a boy. Not even a boy. Sui tried to calm down his mood and pointed out the window. The focus of your future work is to re-establish the offline trading market. After the second round of Doomsday begins, there are man-eating bacteria around. It is estimated that few people will dare to go out. After the anti-human-eating fungus drug is developed, you will be responsible for external work, accepting new survivors through the offline trading market, selling our excess materials, and spreading our influence. Boss, I want to stay in the gathering place. Lun Yanxin lowered her head a little aggrievedly. This place is the end of the world. It's too dangerous outside. I'm just an auxiliary superpower with no fighting ability. You can't stay home. Sui's attitude was very firm and there was no room for maneuver. I will arrange soldiers to protect you. He didn't want all the men in the gathering place to be collectively broken one day. This is fucking terrible. Soldier. Male? Lun Yanxin's eyes lit up, and Sui was stunned. He suddenly realized that this guy couldn't be guarded against. In the end, Sui asked this buddy to find Jiang Xiaoci to receive a new mission and escort team, rather than staying in the gathering place. Sui thought it would be better to let him go out to work temporarily. As long as enough working hours occupy his energy, he won't have time to start a male harem, right? Even if it's open. Just don't take me with you. Sui watched Lun Yanxin leave the room and sighed heavily in his heart. Damn, what a bunch of weirdos are there under my hands. New talent is great to use, but it's also not easy to use. Forget it, let's get on with the business. It's almost time to upgrade the shelter. Sui calmed down and began to carefully count the prerequisites for upgrading his level 2 shelter. To upgrade to a level 2 shelter, you need to have a level 1 shelter, as well as 1,000 units of raw materials, 1,000 survival points, and at least 3 talent units, and one of them must be a sea-level talent. Sui has already satisfied these requirements, because Jiang Xiaoci accepted survivors and explored and dispatched tasks every day during the first round of Doomsday. Sui's survival points have been accumulated to more than 2,000 points. As for the upgrade materials, since Sui's route is technological, he can only use the upgrade materials of electronic components. Originally this thing was not enough, almost missing, but today Wang Shi quickly cleared the B-level puzzle door, which just filled the gap. As for the talent unit, not to mention, Sui has already met the requirements ahead of schedule. Start upgrading. Sui knows the benefits of a high-level shelter, and of course the sooner the better. Congratulations. The shelter has been upgraded to level 2, and your shelter talent has been improved. The effect of the shelter talent Homeboy's Home has been improved. Homeboy's Home, every 24 hours you stay in your shelter, you can randomly get a survival reward that is most needed at the moment. The lowest reward is B level. And the current talent time is reset to 12 noon. You have 2 hours of exemption time for going out every day, and the exemption time does not affect the reward time settlement. After upgrading the shelter, the talent effect will continue to be upgraded. Congratulations. You are the first survivor in this country to upgrade to a level 2 shelter, and you have received a special award, Bloodline Growth. Bloodline growth, a special item that can upgrade the grade of special bloodline talents in the country. This item can only be used on talent units recruited through Bloodline Awakening. The talent effect has indeed been improved, and the lowest reward level has become Class B. Sui touched his chin. He paid more attention to the second prompt information, bloodline growth. There are fewer regional special rewards this time, but the national special rewards are still there. It seems that if you always maintain a far lead in the shelter level, you can get several more special rewards than others. According to the information of this reward, it seems that as long as I break the level advantage of the shelter halfway, even if I get the reward again, it will not make much sense. Sui murmured, this mechanism is simply encouraging himself to roll inward. Bloodline growth has a good effect, which directly improves the quality of talents, but this thing can only work on the previous national reward content, Bloodline Awakening, which means that this thing can only be used by Jiang Xiaoci. If Sui does not upgrade in time this time and let others snatch this reward, that person will not be able to use this special item. Of course, this may just be my misjudgment. Maybe the special reward is just a targeted reward based on each person's situation. Sui didn't think too much about the underlying logic of this mechanism. Compared with the reward logic of this mechanism, Sui was more concerned about Jiang Xiaoci's upgrade. Xiaoci is already A level. If he upgrades again, won't he be S level? Chapter 96, S level Incredible Data. Jiang Xiaoci's Super Mechanism. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Sui has experienced how strong S-level talents are from Wang Shi. Compared with Wang Shi, Jiang Xiaoci's role is obviously greater. She is Sui's biggest helper and the most important actual manager in the gathering place. It is no exaggeration to say that Jiang Xiaoci's upgrade is equivalent to Lu Chan getting an upgrade ticket from Zhuge Liang during the Three Kingdoms period, which is of great significance. Sui directly called Jiang Xiaoci, and the talent upgrade must be in person. Bloodline growth is not a specific item, but is equivalent to upgrade opportunity, which is stored in the panel of the shelter. After Sui briefly explained the situation, he used the special upgrade opportunity directly in front of Jiang Xiaoci, with a golden light surrounding Jiang Xiaoci. Jiang Xiaoci had completed the upgrade in the blink of an eye. Congratulations. Because you used the props, your talent Jiang Xiaoci has completed the upgrade of talent grade. Your talent Jiang Xiaoci has become an S-level talent. From the outside, Jiang Xiaoci seems to have not changed much, only the prompt message that appeared in front of Sui indicated that Jiang Xiaoci's rank had been raised. She was still stunningly beautiful, and looked at Sui tenderly. Sir, are you ready? Xiaoci, how do you feel? Sui looked at Jiang Xiaoci expectantly, and Jiang Xiaoci tilted her head slightly to feel the change in her state. I feel a little stronger, and my body is not so tired. It seems, there is no special change. Wait, let me take a look first. Sui waved his hand. He couldn't wait to open the talent information interface to check Jiang Xiaoci's upgrade information. Name, Jiang Xiaoci. Age, 28 years old. Type, National Fortune Prodigy, National Fortune Strategist. Talent grade, S level. Physical strength, 76, nerve reaction, 79, endurance, 66. Mental will, 568, self-healing immunity, 388, talent characteristics. National fortune blessing, she has the specific qualities of the Chinese nation. With the blessing of national fortune, the shelter where she is located will not be harmed by doomsday derivative disasters. Filial piety first. For every resident over 40 years old in the shelter's dispatch exploration reward, high-level talent acquisition rate, and technology research and development speed will increase by 1%. The maximum blessing limit is 100%. Foresight. Any matters in the shelter that require thinking, such as strategy, tactics, scientific research, traps, and defense, will not fail. Leadership charisma. She is born with leadership temperament and can inspire the potential and loyalty of those around her. All residents of the shelter under her leadership, regardless of their talent, can exert their abilities beyond their own limits. At the same time, she can see through people's hearts and continuously improve the cohesion and loyalty of the members of the gathering place. All-round strategy. she can effectively improve all development areas of the gathering place, including but not limited to the development of science and technology, people's livelihood, economy and other sectors. Any bottleneck in any field will be rapidly broken through. For example, if scientific research is stuck in a bottleneck period, her presence will greatly shorten the bottleneck period. Talents and talents. Friends are widely known. She has many friends, and there is a certain probability of bringing new talents to the shelter every month. If no talents are recommended in the month, the probability of recommending senior talents next time will be increased. If no talents are successfully recommended in the month, the effects of her own characteristics and talents will be increased by 1%, with no superposition upper limit. Wisdom and strategy. She can effectively pass on her knowledge and experience to others. Through communication and guidance with the residents of the shelter, she can significantly improve their skill level and thinking ability. People's will. Her power makes the residents of the shelter united and united. In the shelter, her presence can greatly improve the morale and work efficiency of the residents, making the operation of the entire shelter smoother. National destiny blessing. She is blessed by the national destiny, and the gathering place where she is located is not negatively affected by curses, mysterious means, etc., and the probability of illness of all members of the gathering place is greatly reduced. Decision profit. When she makes any decision, she will randomly trigger the effect, and can briefly watch the future, predict the future direction and outcome of the current decision, so as to avoid future losses caused by wrong decisions. Value rating, 10,286 points. Sui widened his eyes and looked at the talent data information in front of him in disbelief. It's too outrageous. Wang Shi only has 4 characteristics and 4 talents, and Jiang Xiaoci has 5 characteristics and 5 talents. Although there are characteristics and talents at level A, there are changes. For example, the characteristic of widely making friends has changed significantly. When Jiang Xiaoci does not recommend talents, her own abilities can be superimposed without limit. This mechanism is simply outrageous. An increase of 1% a month may not look good, but if you look at it over a long period of time, what if you don't recommend talents for a year? What if you don't recommend talents for 2 years? How terrifying will Jiang Xiaoci grow to? And each of the new talents and characteristics is also very amazing. Leader charisma ensures that the talents of the residents in the gathering place will never be ignored, and will definitely be used perfectly, and guarantees everyone's loyalty. Ensuring loyalty is actually secondary. What makes Sui most surprised is that this effect is not only for the talent units in the gathering place. It seems, survivors who are doomsday players can themselves be affected by this effect. Not to mention the awesomeness of almighty strategy. What is the most annoying thing about technology gathering places? That is, climbing the technology tree is not fast enough or smooth enough. Looking back at the historical process of human science and technology research, it is basically carried out by a few technological explosions. Outside of the era of technological explosion, most of mankind has been in the backward days of technological stagnation. In the field of scientific and technological research, it is not just about having enough talents. It also depends on luck and the direction of scientific and technological research. A wrong scientific and technological research direction will waste a lot of time, but the all-round strategy directly eliminated this hidden danger and drawback, greatly shortening the bottleneck time of scientific and technological research in Suyi's gathering place. The first 2 new features are within Suyi's understanding. They are shocking, but not too abnormal. The 2 newly emerged talents, National Luck Blessing, and Decision-Making Profit, made Sui incomprehensible. National Fortune Asylum, forget it, the probability of getting sick is reduced, it seems understandable. As for this being immune to the negative effects of curses and mysterious means, Sui just thinks it sounds awesome, but he doesn't quite understand it. But Decision Profit is different. This is just like seeing the future. What do leaders fear most? I am afraid that my decision-making will be wrong, which will make me infamy for thousands of years and bring disaster to the country and the people. The larger a force or country is, the more difficult it is for it to make decisions, because the larger it is, the more development inertia it has. After a decision is made, even if you realize the error and want to change it, it often takes a generation or even several generations of efforts to repair and improve it. But with the decision profit, you no longer have to worry about making decisions. Wrong decision. Sorry for the forewarning. Eliminate the wrong answers, and the only ones left are the correct answers. Let the gathering place always be on the most correct development path. He is truly a talent worth 10,000 points. This is outrageous. Sui sighed loudly, and the satisfaction in his heart was almost beyond description in words. Chapter 99. It turns out I have always been so rich. You are listening at novelfull.audio. If you need it, Xiaoci will be ready at any time. Jiang Xiaoci spoke gently. Sui looked through the form in his hand and couldn't help asking, "What else have you prepared?" "There is also a relatively rough and specific practical plan." Jiang Xiaoci smiled and said, "If you leave this matter to me, I am sure that at least 2,000 people will agree to let you destroy the shelter." Hiss. 2,000 people. Sui covered his forehead. This is 200,000 survival points. Damn, it's a bloody profit. Then. Can you see the future impact of this matter? Sui took a deep breath and asked one more question. Will this decision have a negative impact? There will be a certain negative impact, but it is not a concern. Jiang Xiaoci told the truth. I can't see the specific future, but I can see that its implementation will be more beneficial than harmful to you, far more, that the benefits far outweigh the disadvantages. What are you still hesitating about? Get it done. Get it done right away. Sui ordered without hesitation. You are personally responsible for this matter. Yes, sir. Jiang Xiaoci smiled and stood up, saluted respectfully. I will handle this matter in the shortest time possible, so that sir can have more points as soon as possible. After that, she turned and left, and threw herself into her new work without delay. After a while, Jiang Xiaoci's gentle announcement came from the loudspeaker in the gathering place. At 8 o'clock tonight, all the gathering place personnel will go to the open space in front of the chief's building to hold the 5th gathering place meeting. The content of tonight's meeting will determine the survival strategy of the 2nd round of Doomsday and the detailed arrangements for the preparation of the 3rd round of Doomsday. Please be informed. Jiang Xiaoci's efficiency is strong. It has not been long since he started to operate directly. As the announcement information appeared, some residents who were still in the gathering place were a little surprised. Isn't our gathering place a bit too awesome? The 2nd round of Doomsday has just begun, and we are already preparing for the 3rd round of Doomsday. No, this version is a bit too advanced. I'm a bit uncomfortable. Why do I feel that our leader doesn't take the Doomsday seriously? You are a newcomer. I am an old man who joined the 2nd batch. I used to live in this community. Our leader is very powerful. In the 1st round of Doomsday, he had water, electricity, and troops. What can stump him? What's this? I have a rumor that Dr. Chen has led a team to control the man-eating bacteria. After studying it, we won't have to be afraid of man-eating fungi anymore. To be honest, I've never been afraid of this stuff. There's nothing like this stuff in our gathering place. This is a man-eating fungi restricted area. You don't have any patriotism at all. When we are comfortable, can we forget about other refugees? The chief is a hero who is determined to drive away the Doomsday and save all mankind. Do you understand what a community with a shared future for mankind is? It's justice. No doubt about it. The residents were very curious and discussed the content of the evening meeting. What new policies would be put on the meeting for serious discussion? While the discussion was taking place in the gathering place, Sui also saw something shocking in the online trading market. Points exchange. Damn! The transaction content is not only barter, but also buying and selling with points. Sui was surprised. This is another new mechanism in the 2nd round. There was no reminder at all. It all depended on his own exploration. If Sui hadn't opened the online trading market every once in a while to check the market, he would have missed this new mechanism. According to the information exchanged in the city area chat channel, new trading content has appeared in the online trading market since the second round of Doomsday. Anyone can put items on the shelves, mark the price of survival points, and wait for buyers. Even 2 new service contents, bargaining and auction, have been added. It seems that since the second round of Doomsday, most survivors have points in their hands, which led to the emergence of this mechanism. Sui murmured, and he focused his eyes on the extra props and items in his hands. So, should I sell some in exchange for points? Sui hesitated slightly. Although he lacked survival points, he also lacked war points. The ranking of the top 10,000 has not been fixed yet, and Sui does not want to cause a shortage of donated items because of his own sales of these materials. Wait a little longer, don't rush. Sui took a deep breath and just silently browsed the new mechanism of the online trading market, and did not intend to participate in it immediately. Due to the emergence of the new mechanism content of the online trading market, a large number of valuable and precious items have been put up. There are many shelter mechanism props and items with different effects, which enrich the tradable categories of the online trading market, which was originally full of food and water. As Sui continued to observe, he suddenly saw a familiar item trading information, big banknotes, 22 units, selling key shelter upgrade materials at a low price. Exchange for electronic components of the same unit, or take away with 80 survival points per unit. Only packing, no retail, no bargaining. Refugee wood, 15 units, the lowest price in the city. 30 survival points per unit. Only accept transactions related to points, food, and water. Don't bargain, reporters please don't disturb. Electronic components, 10 units, 50 survival points per unit, retail 52 survival points, hurry up if you want to buy. Isn't this a shelter upgrade material? Even this thing can be sold. Is there anyone willing to sell it? Sui was stunned, but soon figured out the reason. Whether it is the puzzle door or the dispatch mission, the upgrade materials obtained are mostly random. There are 3 types of shelter upgrade materials. If you are unlucky and don't get what you want, the extra materials will rot in your hands if you don't sell them. Instead of keeping these materials that you don't need, it is better to sell them quickly and exchange them for valuable items to make yourself stronger. I remember that I have a lot of upgrade materials that I can't use. I can sell them all, Sui murmured. He had tried to put upgrade materials on the shelves before, but at that time, in the first round of Doomsday, the trading market did not expand the tradable item categories, and Sui could not sell them. Now that he found that this thing can be sold, he must make a fortune. This thing is a shelter upgrade material. Although it is a consumable, it can be foreseen that its value will definitely decrease with the passage of time. The sooner you trade, the more you earn. Sui quickly opened his shelter storage space and counted the upgrade materials inside. Electronic components, 1,568 units remaining. Big banknotes, 864 units remaining. Refugee wood, 966 units remaining. Hiss. Sui's eyes widened, and after a slight estimate in his mind, he couldn't help but be even more shocked. Fuck. If I sell them all, I can get at least hundreds of thousands of survival points. Even if I don't count the electronic components, selling the other 2 will earn more than 100,000 survival points. Fuck. It turns out that I have always been a hidden rich man. Sitting on a mountain of gold without knowing it.